Hi, everyone. Hi. How is everyone doing? I may have to actually cut the stream a little short tonight because as soon as I sat down, I can feel my skin starting to want to itch again. And I don't know, still don't know what's been causing it. I'm really hoping it's not the Jello shots because I really like Jello shots. I'm thinking, though, it might be the heat because every time it's happened, I've been sitting like right next to a heater. So I'm thinking maybe that's it. I don't know. Hi, Autistic Shell. Hi, Steffi. Hi, Ryan. Hi, guys. And hi, everyone else. I see the numbers. I don't see the names, though. So, but hi. Yeah, it got bad, though, for me the past few days. A lot of people in my comments have been suggesting if it was measles or something. No, it's not measles. In fact, I'm probably one of the few adults that actually got the recommended adult booster measles vaccine. Apparently, if you were born before, I think it was 1981 or 1983, or maybe it was 1984, I don't know. But whatever year they started recommending the second measles dose, the kindergarten shot, 5 years, if you were born more than 5 years prior to when they started doing that, you were recommended a few years ago as an adult to get your measles MMR booster. And since I was born in 75, I did. In fact, when I told my doctor about it, he had no idea about it. He looked it up on the CDC and he's like, holy shit, you're right. All right, yeah, let's get you vaccinated. I was like, okay. So yeah, it isn't measles. It's definitely hives. That's all it's been. Because there's not shingles or anything. It's not staying around. The Benadryl is the only thing that was really working, but I can't walk around drugged up on Benadryl all day. There's no way to live. So my doctor put me on steroids. So I get to take those, which I actually kind of really enjoyed taking them today. I don't know. It was weird. Like I felt like I had endurance. I haven't felt like that in a while. So it was funny. Let's see. Oh, that's right. I got batteries now. Shoot, that's right. Sorry, I haven't hit a fan remote because my batteries died. There we go. Yes. Okay. I hope everyone else is good. Hi, Sunny D. Yeah. Did it go up there? It did. Okay. These are a couple of pictures I took because you know how it is when you get something, it's really bad, but you know by the time you go to the doctors, it's got to be all cleared up. That happens to me all the time, and it happened to me yesterday. So I took pictures of it though the day before. You guys want to see how bad it was? It was gross. Well, it wasn't gross. I mean, the shit went away. But yeah, this was me 2 days ago. Just 2 days ago. As soon as my computer catches up. See, look at that shit, man. That was bad. And like that was just like one side, like my back was the worst. My knees, that was bad. And then one more. This one I used the filter though, because I was sending it to work. I didn't want to look too bad. But this is when it's all over me and shit. Like this was just 2 days ago. It's crazy. You know? It's amazing what some steroids will do. So, all right. Did I hear about Chile? I don't think so. Oh, as someone who was born in 75, I had my second shot when I was 18 for the same reason. See, I didn't because I remember this too. I was getting my checkup and everything done before I went to college. And I remember my mom and the doctor like almost having an argument because I needed to have another shot or something done. And the doctor's like, no, she had the shot. Like the doctor was fighting with my mom, telling her no. And I didn't end up getting whatever shot that was. I wasn't paying attention though. I don't really care. And it didn't cause me any problems with college or anything, but I wondered maybe that was it. So, I mean, 71 dumb. You looking at Peter's comment. Oh, okay. Hi, Renelle. How are you doing? Chili has been sentenced to 6 months in jail. Who's Chili? Who are you talking about? Sorry, I don't know who you're talking about. You can feel my face starting to get a little red again. I don't know who Chili is. So yeah, I thought what I want to just really go over tonight was some shit involving Katie Joy, but I want to talk a little bit about Dre McRae too, because Chili DeCastro. I don't know who that is. Should I know who that is? Oh yeah, it's probably gonna suck tonight too, because we're in the middle, we're just starting in Northeastern over here. So Chili DeCastro. Is a constitutional lawlessness scholar. He and his plethora of frivolous, baseless lawsuits, i.e., get rich quick schemes. Huh, I never heard of him. Oh wait, is he like another oh, what's his name? Michael T. Phillips, the anti-vaccine lawyer. The abolitionist. When he's like the leader of the group of people who wanted to abolish vaccines or whatever. Is he like kind of like that? He's a sovereign citizen. Yeah. Okay. There's that similarity. Those police auditors and a huge nuisance. Oh, okay. I like some of the police auditors. Like photography is not a crime. They used to do a really good job at their coverage about stuff like that, but then they started getting a little too extreme, I think, and then the politics became a huge thing or whatever. I stopped watching it. Okay, I will definitely read up on him. This sounds interesting, though. This surviving Chili DeCastro. Found guilty times 2 and 6 months in jail. Huh. Oh, and he's from Nevada too, isn't it? Where the Phillips guy's from? Michael Phillips, TMP. TMP was his initial, so I had to be. No, it wasn't TMP. Yeah, it was T. Michael Phillips, I think. Okay, I will. So for now, I'm going to go over to Llama Girl's Twitter. We love Llama Girl. And I want to read some of the screenshots and maybe listen to a couple of clips or whatever she has up. I already went through some of them. But, so I've been paying attention a little bit to the whole new Dre McRae drama or whatever. It's somewhat involving Molly and I guess a couple other content creators. I don't really care about that drama though. But yeah. It's gonna be interesting though to sit there and listen to some things and just remember that this is exactly who and what like Katie Joy nonsense and their ilk, whatever. This is exactly who they were defending while attacking a grieving mother. This is exactly what they're doing. That's crazy. Like when you sit back and you look at it with a good perspective like that and a more complete picture, it's fucking shitbaggy activity, man. I don't know what else to say. But moving on. So let's read some posts here. Let me start sharing. So there's in the description here. Oh, I didn't put it in there yet. I after the stream is over, I will put in the description for this video or stream rather. In the description, you're going to see a shout out and a link to Llama Girl's like buy me a coffee account or whatever. If you enjoy not just my channel, any channels that talk about Katie Joy, if you enjoy them being able to talk about Katie Joy and show any of the things that they show, any of the content they show, or any of the examples, contradictory statements, whatever, any and all of it. If you enjoy it, consider just showing your appreciation to Llama Girl, because if it wasn't for her, a lot of us wouldn't have the things we have to show. So like myself, and I'm pretty sure a lot of other content creators are like just completely indebted to her for this. So anyways, so March 21st, that was what, like yesterday? Katie writes, well, you know what? I'm going to do this because it's very small. I'm going to use this little trick that some other YouTuber taught me, which I'm still very grateful that they taught me this trick. I really am. I just wish they'd go away now. But anyway. There we go. Without a crystal ball. Garrison Brown's sudden passing came after 3 years of persistent and abhorrent comments by his father. Why is it? Can I make it a little smaller? A little too big. No, it's not going to really work. There we go. That's better. Okay. By his father to national audiences, which painted him unfavorably. Cody defamed his sons and contributed. Is that supposed to be plural? To their. Yeah, that's supposed to be plural, not possessive. Okay. She's a reporter, y'all. Cody defamed his sons and contributed to their declining mental health. Under the law, producers and the network was obligated to ensure that Garrison nor any other participant would be exploited or harmed by working on the show. Aftercare and resources should have been set up and filming paused to address all issues, and they failed. Could this be the basis of a lawsuit? Yes, Cody's defamation and slander of his sons. Since you can't even fucking use the right version of sons here, okay? I get back in my own lane regarding lawsuits here, which is constantly getting them, not giving them. Anyways, Cody's defamation and slander of his sons could also be included in the negligence claims. Wow. And these are some comments. Katie, someone had said to Katie in her comments that she needed, they asked if she watched this other show regarding polygamy that was, or this other documentary or whatever. This was her response to them. I don't need to watch shows on polygamy anymore. I speak to so many in the culture that I haven't seen anything recently that I didn't know. Secrets of polygamy is all old stuff. Absolutely no new information, and I don't have any hopes his investigation will change anything. I'm willing to bet it's going to change more than anything you've done, because I don't know of anyone that she's directly or indirectly helped, any resources she has provided and made possible, put together, suggested, thought of. The only thing she's done is joyfully exploited everything about these families and their religion and their culture, if you want to call it culture, whatever. But she's exploited it all, every chance she's gotten. And she's gone as far as she can with that exploitation and then beyond. Because this is the beyond. Right now, we're at the beyond of her exploitation over this young man's demise and this family's grief and grieving process over his demise. This is ridiculous. This is getting ridiculous. Why hasn't Cody been arrested? Because of corruption in the states with polygamy. That's why. Christine has not stopped working since his death. Her Airbnb page was posting content of her in videos one day after Garrison died. This family needs serious help. They are just so blinded by money, they can't see it. For those telling her she needs to stay busy, she can stay busy by going to therapy, getting her daughter in therapy and recovering. That's the only busy she should be allowed to do, per Katie. Her job, which is the show, contributed to the abuse and bullying of Garrison. It may have contributed to a point where they put all of their kids in the target, basically. They served them up on a platter for people like Katie to fucking tear down. Sure, I think that they did help in that sense. Not knowingly, not intentionally, you know. They didn't foresee that coming. They didn't foresee people like Katie Joy coming. But whether or not they did, they're still not responsible for what Katie Joy and people like her do. That's up to each and every person. So this just comes way off like deflection to me, if you ask me. But whatever. Christine is also selling Plexus as a cure for mental health, which will not cure mental illness. She needs to heal, truly. I'm curious what diploma it is of Katie's that tells me this. Disagree all you want with my opinion, but this family has been traumatized by polygamy and needs to get offline. Okay, so what exactly is her opinion here? Is that the family's been traumatized? Is that her opinion? Traumatized by polygamy? Is that her opinion? Needs to get offline? Sure, I think that that's probably an opinionated statement. But Christine is also selling Plexus as a cure for mental health. Is that an opinion? I don't know. But she needs time to heal. That can be opinion, sure. Her job, which is the show, contributed to the abuse of bullying of Garrison. That does not have, in my opinion, anywhere involved in that statement. So a lot of what Katie says is her opinion. She doesn't display it as opinion. She displays it as what she determines to be fact. And she does so with confidence. A psychologist was interviewed on secrets of polygamy, and he said victims of polygamy have trauma equivalent to prisoners of war. They are traumatized and need serious help to recover. But why doesn't she provide the psychologist's name or a link to this quote of theirs? I mean, I've literally seen Katie hear or read one thing and then comprehend it in a completely different way than any rational person would have comprehended it. So I automatically, right off the bat, I want to know what exactly she's talking about, what quote or whatever she's talking about, because I'm willing to bet that, though maybe it could be true, but I'm willing to bet that it was provided in a different context. I admit I could be wrong, but I can't know unless I see it. So, all right.
The company. Why is now the
Who's
company
this?
under Puddle Monkey being only under Christopher Poole? Why is the person that founded this and created this series gone? And why are all of the executive producers saying nothing? Tim Gibbons' social media is gone. His wife still has a public presence and still has a public facing Facebook. She has said nothing as well. That isn't to say that other people that have been on the show and that have worked have not said things. There have been crew members that have said things. One of their cameramen, Doug, has been in comments on the various people on their Instagrams. Someone that worked in editing put up a post on Facebook about Garrison's passing. So it's not for a lack of wanting to express their condolences or wanting to be public. Crew members have been public and have said openly on Instagram and on Facebook, sending their condolences. But the two men leading the charge have said nothing. And now the production company's website is down. It's listed as permanently closed, and Tim Gibbons is gone. Tim Gibbons and Christopher Poole are both politically liberal, which is interesting because generally people in the liberal demographic are not as keen to highlight or promote an anti-government extremist group like polygamy. But he had been swallowed up by the propaganda in Utah, believing that polygamy.
Yeah, but that may be true. But if that's the case, if there are people working for the show who are so set in their liberal ways that they're not going to be cool with a lot of the content that comes out from the show, well, they have the choice of going to another show. Okay, why is it that, so these people who work for us and getting this product out that a lot of people really enjoy and want, and it's going to make us a lot of money, but these few people over here, they don't like what we're doing. So it makes way more sense to just cancel the show, cancel the product, and just throw it away than it makes sense to just fire these couple of people here. I mean, for real, man, just think about it for a minute.
It was not just about Warren Jeffs, and it wasn't just all bad. He wanted to meet many people and show the true side. It said Tim had personally met many polygamous men and women in the US, as well as developing countries around the world. And the idea grew that there was much more complicated and compelling story than what was being reported by the national media. You know, that polygamy was bad, child brides, trafficking, labor trafficking, exploitation, subjugation of women, studies by the UN that show its violence against women and that it's detrimental to society. But he wanted to show the other side. He was being swallowed by propaganda. So the first step was to approach the fundamentalist Mormon community and the religious group in the US most well known for the practice of polygamy. He started by contacting.
I'm going to skip over that. No, cat, please don't jump on me. Come on, cat. Oh, geez. What are you doing, kitty? Oh, come here. Okay. You okay? Huh? Okay, kitty. Stop. It's okay. You're okay. Ow. Ow, with your paws. All right, you got to get down. Okay. It's usually our bedtime. So. All right. This says. Christina's going back to work. I am going to continue to block blind sister wife supporters. They refuse to see the reality and truth. This isn't a fan page, and therapy is needed for the whole family before another child dies this way. Any which way you word this, okay? If you are already thinking about the demise of one of their children on the condition that they don't do what you think they should do, it comes off as you are wishing for that demise to teach them a lesson. That's exactly how it comes off, no matter how you try to word it. Because no one else is thinking about any future children demising and being led there because the parents are not doing what you think they should be doing. No one else is going there but you. So it says, I'm sorry, that comes off like you're wishing for it to happen. That's how it sounds, in my opinion. Okay. Sister Wives is rated TV PG, which means parents are advised to watch these shows with their kids under the age of 13. Some parents may not want their kids to watch the show due to the contents. However, the network doesn't outright state that the show is inappropriate for children. Sister Wives is inappropriate for all children. No child outside of polygamy should be exposed to a show attempting to normalize an illegal and coercive culture that treats women and children like currency. TLC is able to get this rating by purposely omitting the facts about the culture that include child exploitation, sex trafficking, physical abuse, labor trafficking, coercion, brainwashing, control, subjugation of women, racism, homophobia, and anti-government militias that are part of the church the Brown family came from. TLC sanitizing a criminal cult and allowing abusers like Cody to use the show to lie, deceive, and profit off crime is morally bankrupt and unethical. She's coming for you, TLC, again. She's coming for you. Children watching the show would see women fighting for attention from a man and competing with one another for resources through maladaptive and abusive behaviors. I don't know if I pronounced that right. No. Children in the family are neglected and cast out when they stop obeying. Oh my God, it just dawned on me. I think she had AI write this for her. I think she might have pens or typed something up, but then she put it through the software that shined it up for her. She's never written like this before. Never. Oh my God, this is funny. Cody is verbally, psychologically, spiritually, and emotionally abusive to his family. Cody has threatened to punch his family in the mouth for talking about Robin. Cody has bullied, berated, and intimidated his family into compliance and to work on the show. Now, no matter what you think of Cody, I could care less about him. I honestly don't give him enough thought to really formulate an opinion. I don't care. But no matter what you think or don't think about Cody, it doesn't change the fact that he just lost his son. And you can sit there and say that he wasn't close to his son. Sure. That tells me that he's going to have far more regret than your average parent. He's going to feel like he wasted so much time and such bullshit, more so than any other parent. And that tells me that his grieving process is going to be even worse. And I don't for 1 second think that Garrison would want that for his father. I don't know what Garrison would want really, but bottom line is I wouldn't be able to treat another human being like she's treating even him. Not during this time in life. I mean, there's a time and place for it. Maybe Cody does deserve it. I'm not going to argue that. But this is not the time or place, in my opinion. If not for Cody, then for the rest of the fucking family. Cody and Robin benefited from the work of everyone, and the children and wives were not paid. The 3 women that recently left were only paid separately for the first time this past season. Polygamy is a crime against humanity and violence against women. Polygamy is unhealthy for society and creates violence between men who compete for women. Teaching young boys and girls that coercing multiple sex partners into a sham marriage for the purpose of heaven is immoral and illegal. Cody has committed bankruptcy, fraud, welfare fraud, polygamy, a felony in Arizona and Nevada, and has consistently moved state to state to avoid legal consequences. I don't see, in my opinion, there. This show is not TV PG. This is for mature audiences only. I'm not going to argue with that really, because I do think that the whole rating system is really fun. Just, it doesn't make sense to me. I don't know. Okay. Oh, okay, I'm reading that. Sorry. not reading that. I'm going to describe it though real briefly here. Katie got wind of a news article where parents were arrested for essaying their own daughter, or the woman's daughter. I think it was the husband's stepdaughter. And some pretty graphic and horrific things were recounted by the victim and then shared with the world to a certain extent. But what wasn't shared with the world was the names of these parents. And the reason why they did not share the names of the parents, because if they share the names, then anyone who knows the parents is going to know who the victim is. So from my understanding, most every media organization refrained from naming the parents, except for Katie. She made sure to name the fuck out of them because she thinks it's more important that they see punishment or whatever, or just people hate them. It is to protect this victim from any more fucking trauma. So. It's weird. Huh, okay. Okay, so someone said, let's see, maybe because people with podcasts and too much time on their hands wouldn't leave her alone, perhaps. I don't know what the comment was before this, but Katie then says, the amount of hate she was getting was insane. But for the record, I wasn't part of that coverage. I am friends with her stepmother and stayed out of all that. Oh, I think this had to do with Gypsy. Yeah, because Gypsy's picture was next. Where was this from? I didn't even see the shit.
Simply posted it, and I literally tagged them on a nonprofit tag on Instagram. At no place did I say I work for them, because I don't. I don't partner with them. I'm not a volunteer there. I'm just simply a person that shared their fundraiser where they were asking for donors. And somehow that got turned into I'm working with them. And so the day that I posted it, Tanya Toole, who works for Holding Out Help, contacted me and said, I'm getting all these emails from someone demanding to know if you sent me money. And I want to make sure it's okay with you if I tell them you've donated money. And then I said, yeah, that's fine. She's like, usually we don't release donor information. We would keep that private, but you're a public figure. So I thought maybe she understands like the hate that goes on when you're working in anti-polygamy, because it's like you're working against cults. So I said, sure, go ahead, please, feel free. Release that information. Someone literally said my hairline. Do you understand how much hair I have? And just because I have a large forehead doesn't mean I don't have a lot of hair. I'm not balding. I've got tons of hair. And if you're coming on here to talk shit about my hair, go lick grass. Anyways.
Why is it when I hear that I'm reminded of the Family Guy episode where they where they're licking toads to get
high? Contacted Holding Out Help, and they were like harassing her about it. Well, tonight I was just sent a screenshot of a comment from Katie Parker, aka Down the Rabbit Hole, literally telling people to help her stop this advocacy group from working with me.
Fuck yeah.
And she wanted examples of what she could share with this advocacy group on how they could stop working with me, and they wanted proof.
There's a ton of proof. let's see, Shiny Happy People. Let's not forget how she turned and went after the entire production there because, well, we can only assume it's because she wasn't listed or named or anything in it. And she, according to her, had a little bit of a hand in helping people come together or some sort. So there's that. There's pretty much any source that she's had that at some point pissed her off, and then she's then turned over to the wolves. There's anyone who she's claimed to have been friends with through her website, through her YouTube channel, her efforts, whatever. She has turned on and put a bunch of DMs out there. Like I can't think of any content creators who are actually willing to still work with her. Like I get the impression that even Unirock won't do it really. Well, maybe he will, because I mean, he does want the views, I think. But yeah, and Renell made I think it was Renell. Yeah, it was Renell. Renell put something interesting out earlier. Was it on? I think it was on. Let's see here. I think it was Renell. Where am I? Oh, am I? Oh, wait, February 26th. In her replies? Yeah, I think it was in her replies. Maybe not. Damn it. If it wasn't Renell, then who the fuck was it? Come on, Kitty, no. Kitty, stop. You're going to spill stuff. Come on. No. Come on. Shit. Okay, maybe it wasn't Renell. But it's something I read about how, no, that's right. It wasn't Renell. It was, it might have been Llama Girl. No. I don't know. Okay, I can't find it. I don't know. I think maybe it was Llama Girl. Llama Girl. It's whoever was accused Katie of just sitting around in her funeral parlor or something like that, basically just saying you don't do anything. This is what you do. You just sit in your house like waiting to die. That's how I took it anyway. And I was like, wow, that's pretty fucking accurate in my opinion. Like really, what does she do? Like, and I don't mean like what she does for a living or whatever. I mean like, what does she do? Like, as much as I do enjoy my time online and my I guess extracurriculars or my hobbies or whatever I do enjoy it very much oftentimes, and I absolutely love the community and the people and everything. But I'm going to be honest, if this was all I had, this wouldn't be enough, because we all need that human interaction, that face-to-face time with people, to do things, to experience things, real life coming at you in person, and this shit online isn't going to make up for that. So I can't imagine, especially having the kind of money that I assume that Katie has, I can't imagine having a husband and a child and not going on vacations, like, ever. Like, I get her son has, issues. It would make it more difficult. But no one said that they had to be like vacations halfway around the world. They seem to literally do nothing. I think they went to a dinosaur museum or something like this, like all they did this year. I'll tell you, there are some days I'd give anything for my kids to be that young again and do shit. I would do, oh my God, I feel like I would do everything with them. Things that I really should have taken the time to do before, but I still did some things with them. I didn't do nothing and just ignore them. I don't know. But yeah, I think that comment was pretty pretty, I don't know, dead on, in my opinion. All right, I'm going to get through this because I think I'm back a little far here. Am I? What's the date on this? Why can't I see the dates? There we go. Oh, March 15th. All right, I'm not back too far. Let me try the ones with comments.
She turns like a criticism of a video she made into an entire like movement against me and accused me of doing things behind the scenes and said I was the crazy one when she was the one that was doing these things. I've never been in a group about her. I don't know anything about her life. I don't know where she lives. I don't know her husband's name. I don't know her kids' names. I don't know anything. She told Cheshire in a comment that if I had a legal case to sue her, I would have one. She admitted that.
You know, not for nothing though. For someone who knew nothing about Brunel, she sure learned fucking quick, didn't she? I mean, what was it? Maybe the next night or so, like not far from her first stating this comment that she found your kids on Facebook, pictures of Rabbit's kids on Facebook. But she doesn't know anything about her, y'all. She just knows what her kids look like. That's fucked up.
In a video, she said, "How did Katie become a millionaire?" Oh, by faking her son's illness. When I was not, this is blown out of proportion. You think it's blown out of proportion for Katie to be contacting sponsors, Gwendolyn Brown. She got Gwendolyn Brown riled up.
A sponsor. She was talking about contacting an advocacy group. What, it's Katie being sponsored by Advocacy now? Come on. This wasn't a sponsor. And Katie knows by now that anyone who attempts to team up with Katie is going to be contacted. Not by rabbits, maybe by, I don't know, but it doesn't have to be by rabbit. It doesn't have to be by any of us on YouTube. Her own viewers are going to contact them. They have contacted them. It's why she's not been able to have a sponsorship, because her own viewers, once they start to see Katie for the kind of content creator that she truly is, they themselves take it upon themselves to contact these sponsors. It ain't us.
Up about me. She accused me of posting things outside of Gwendolyn's paywall, but then she went ahead and posted things outside of Gwendolyn's paywall and then created this whole.
But she knows nothing about Rabbit, y'all. She knows nothing about her. She doesn't even fucking know her real name or her Facebook or whatever, or anything about her kids or her husband. But she knows all about everything she does.
Whole divide. She also accused me of trying to get Christine Brown arrested because I shared a story,
oh my God,
that Gwendolyn shared on YouTube about Christine burying a fetus in her backyard.
And then you followed it up with this not at all innocent question of how many fetuses do you think are buried out in this backyard? Because that's what they all do. They don't actually go to the hospital. They just bury it in the backyard. They could have like a graveyard of fetuses in the backyard. Like that's basically what Katie was doing. So yeah, you you may not have come right out and said the words, "I hope to get her arrested," but your actions definitely depicted that was your intention all along. Your channel's never had anything to do with your child?
When she deleted her channel so fast, I thought, gosh, that's weird. Why are you deleting your channel so fast? You have
kind of like how you deleted accounts on Twitter, on Facebook. That went their Facebook account you had before the one you have now. That shit went up in a fucking hurry, didn't it? Wonder why. Oh, and your other YouTube channel, that shit had to go too, right?
Content you could do besides me. And then I realized her whole life is invested in me.
I had the opportunity to speak to Katie several times. I say Katie, not this Katie, Rabbit Katie, several times since she's basically come around our scene here or whatever. And I can tell you right now that the one thing she's not all up in, whose business, whatever, she's not all about Katie. I think much like for myself, Katie just is the easier, more convenient example to display of the things that we really do have an issue with. And a lot of it's this exploitation, the lying, the predatory moves upon viewers and subscribers, in my opinion. And it doesn't matter if it's Katie doing that, if it's Nonsense doing that, if it's fucking, I don't even know, anyone doing it. It doesn't matter who it is. It's gonna get our attention. We're gonna want to talk about it. It just so happens that Katie just never fucking stops, and she does it almost daily, and it's right up in everyone's faces. So it's like you don't have to go out and find any other examples because she keeps giving them to you. So yeah, that's all I gotta say.
Her identity now has been engulfed in hating me.
Nobody hates you. Well,
and she's got Cece Suarez that's gonna go defend her in a video and accuse me of having too close of relationships with my sources.
I can say this, Cece Suarez, if you're listening, if that is in fact what you think, you are completely incorrect. She's tried to have completely inappropriate relationships and closeness with her sources, but then her sources will just be like actual human beings and want to do things that are in their own best interest and not in Katie Joy's best interest. And Katie Joy will then turn on them, and then she will not be close to them anymore. So technically, the assumption that the accusation that she's close to sources might be false, but not for the lack of her trying.
Oh God, I am so close with Kristen Decker, and she's been like a second mom to me. So terrible. I'm crossing boundaries with her because we're both working together to help fight the subjugation of women and children in polygamous cults. Sources are not just sources. When you're working towards a goal, they become your friends.
Yeah. How?
Katie is not right.
How does that happen though? I want to know, because you're telling someone's story. So you right off the bat, you have a self-interest in talking to them. A one-track mind, if you will. A reason to get close to them that does not involve just you enjoying their company simply right off the bat. It's a biased reason, really. So it's a relationship that's already starting off with a bit of an imbalance, I think. And then no one is going to feel like they're your friend or you're their friend when every time you talk to them, it's to ask them 20 questions for the purpose of putting their business out to the public. You're going to have a real hard time forming some kind of trust relationship there. On both ends, I think, but especially on the sources end. Because there's only one reason why you've ever bothered to talk to them in the first place, and it's because of the information you wish to seek, whatever that may be. So you're not getting, you can't be getting close to someone like that, especially if you have nothing in common other than this thing that you're talking about. That comes off as very manipulative, I think, in my opinion.
Rational. Are you crazy? Goodbye. Rational people do not encourage people to contact an advocacy group that helps victims of polygamy and tells them to stop.
No, you're right. You're absolutely right. Rational people don't do that. It's probably why it's not what Rabbit did. Rabbit discussed the possibility or whatever of contacting this advocacy group, not to tell them to stop advocating, but to suggest that they learn a little bit more about you before they align their advocacy group with you. That's it.
CC Suarez, if you co-sign this behavior, if you co-sign someone contacting an advocacy group and saying, don't work with this person who's donated $3,500 for you when we don't even work together. She's working with actual pro-polygamists. That
I don't mean that to be, it sound like an asshole. You want to give a donation just because you agree or you support their advocacy efforts, then great. But usually when people do that, they don't then turn to YouTube and tell the whole world about it. It's like a kind of thing, you know? So
that want to keep polygamists able to keep women in a trafficking, abusive dynamic.
right. It's I don't know, it's kind of it's kind of a, well, I'm going to say it's kind of a joy to come across comments such as this. Someone says, well, you're getting grilled on all platforms about this ridiculous post. Thank God. You told someone that the stalker taking photos saw his screen, and that's how she knows he called Robin. Wow, you're not that gullible, are you? I wondered that when I first read that. Like, how did this witness in a restaurant, how were they able to determine that when Cody walked by to the bathroom, he was on his phone? How were they able to get the viewpoint to see who it is he was trying to contact? Because this person stated, as though it were fact, that it was Robin or whatever he was trying to get a hold of. But like, how do you know unless you were like right over his shoulder? It reads like bullshit. First, who cares if he drinks or buys alcohol? It just underscores that the family left the rules of their religion a long time ago. Second, just because someone has more than one drink doesn't mean they are alcoholic. Garrison obviously struggled with his addiction. Does Cody? Maybe. But you really should be more cautious when throwing out ideas that paint someone as an alcoholic. Third, they did say in early years they don't drink, but in more recent years, most of them said they'll drink now and then, even Cody. Your excessive reporting on the situation is feeling like you are milking it for your own benefit. Yeah, there's a reason why it feels like that. Because you might be right. I haven't checked chat here in a while. Let me go over and check it out. Holy shit. I just saw something pop up. Thank you so much for the super sticker, Hank, Texas. Yay, thank you. All right, let me see if I was tagged on. Aw, I didn't know that autistic show. You never even told me this before. I didn't know you had foster kids. Oh my God, it's so awesome of you. Yeah, you're right, Rabbit. I don't think that she does like Maroney Jessup. I mean, he's a man. So, I mean, I never even knew that the word misandry existed before Katie Joy. Like, I didn't even know that it was a thing really until Katie Joy. Hi, Megan. Hi, Lily. All right, I don't think there's that. All right, no, it wasn't tagged. Okay. Second, just because someone has more than one drink doesn't mean they are alcoholic. Oh, I already read that. Stop. Who cares? Let the man live in peace. Shut up about it already. Jesus, he's suffering too. How did they know he was calling Robin if she didn't answer the call? I wonder if maybe she picked him up. Again, I was wondering that. No license and driving with a child in your car? I suspect his license is suspended. I don't know for sure. He has a registration hold on his record, which I have to say, this was looked into in the Discord, and Katie was wrong on all fucking counts. All counts. His license is not suspended. There's nothing on their tags or whatever. They did, I guess he and Robin both, and maybe one of the other wives, had over the past years received some violations or whatever, traffic violations, but they paid them. So yeah, Katie might want to work and get a different or better fucking source. Right here is where she saw his phone screen as he walked by. She said, yeah. All right. Someone says, so Cody has a drinking problem, mind you. This man just lost his son like 2 to 3 weeks ago. His young son, well, young adult son. Just remember that. So Cody has a drinking problem. I'm wondering why this is connected to his son's, S there. Katie loves to drag this man. It's disgusting. Meanwhile, she loves him secretly. He's always on her mind. LOL. He's her husband's twin. Yeah. Yikes. That's a gross accusation. I wouldn't go that far. I just genuinely think across the board, people on reality TV are held to a higher standard, but they're human and do human things as we all do. And this I completely agree with. Usually, though, their human things are either the behaviors are more extreme or they're in a more extreme like situation. Otherwise, they wouldn't really be on reality TV. But I think it's safe to say that a good amount of people, if put in the same circumstances as a lot of these people, we would make very similar choices because, well, we would because we're human too, Not all of the choices would be the same. Don't get me wrong, but just none of what their life and their culture, their experiences have been like have ever been really taken into account. I don't think. So at least not by Katie and her followers or whatever. Why do you feel the need to instigate problems? It's $1 million question right there. Also, Katie has been on Instagram Live hundreds of times drunk and yelling and swearing at her paid subscribers. The internet is forever. She's the biggest hypocrite around. When her son was a toddler, she wrote a blog about how she was, quote, on the verge of alcoholism and was drinking in excess when her son was little. She seems to have lost the compassion for things she herself has struggled with. She's going to block you for that. They're not wrong. Who cares? This has nothing to do with Garrison. Girl, I would just leave this kid alone for a bit. Yes, it's starting to stink, desperate for clicks. Starting? Yeah, she's there. Katie had a DUI and still drinks. That's very true. It is true. Which I have to say, I'm grateful that she was given a DWI and nothing worse happened. So I'm very grateful for that. This is really reaching. Many people have beer or wine with dinner and purchase cases of beer. I'm also not so sure I trust a quote unquote local who's tallying someone's beers and creeping on his phone or claims they did, and then thinks it's a good idea to contact a creator and then to contact this creator. There's something missing there, in my opinion. The reference to alcoholics I took to mean he didn't want a family dinner full of fights. Absolutely 100% agree with you. Also, it's crazy Katie posting about beer and wine when she's showed plenty of time. Her fridge filled up with her favorites and her husband doesn't drink is the hypocrisy for me. Wait, I just read that one down. Yeah. Wait, what does this have to do with Garrison? There's a whole bunch of assumptions going on here. Katie's just stirring the shit pot. So she isn't without a pot to piss in. She's with a shit pot. Yay, improvement. Not defending Cody, but looks more like a can of seltzer than beer. Even the beverage in his glass was clear. First, how did your... Oh, I already read that one, did I? Oh, no, I didn't. First, how did your stalker friend know who he was calling? Second, okay, he drinks beer. People do change. How do you know if the beer is in the shopping cart was for him? You are unbelievable. For you to speak about someone drinking is hilarious. You know there are hundreds of your drunken Instagram lives out on the web forever, right? Luca, you want to fight? I'll fight you. And fuck off, Lizzie. Fuck off. I mean, people who live in glass houses shouldn't throw stones. Those drunken weekends lives in your drinking chair are legendary. Keep speculating, Katie. That's true. All right, I'm gonna end up wrapping this up a little bit because there are a couple minutes because my back is starting to get itchy. I'm working tomorrow during the day, so I will pick up the stream tomorrow and cover the Dre McCrae stuff. But we'll read a few more of these. I already read that one, didn't I? Okay. A detail has come out about Garrison Brown's death was that he struggled with alcohol in the months before he died. As news was shared on social media, a Flagstaff local reached out to me and shared photos of Cody at a brewery/restaurant in Flagstaff. The photos were taken a week or two before Garrison died. According to the local, Cody was with his daughter. Robin was not there with him. Cody and his daughter, I don't want to use the kid's name because I don't know how old that girl is, sat in a booth and ate together. During the meal, Cody drank 2 or 3 beers, according to the local. At one point, he left to go to the restroom. The local said as he walked by, he was on his phone and trying to call Robin. However, Robin did not answer the call. Then, okay, trying to call Robin. He would have had to walk by this person. This person would have had a direct, perfect, long enough line of sight to see who it is that he was calling. Because otherwise, he would have the phone up to his ear, listening to the ringing. No. So it really had to been just at just the right moment that he just happened to walk by, which, don't get me wrong, I'm sure it can happen. But I'm reluctant to believe that it did happen. All right, let's just go through and explain that. Oh. During a fight between Janelle and Cody in 2021, Cody told Janelle that he didn't want to act like a family of alcoholics that fights the night before and sweeps things under the rug the next day. During season 18 couch interviews, Cody's eyes were often bloodshot. He was hostile and angry. Many suspected he was intoxicated during many of his interviews. Some fans questioned if his change in behavior could be due to alcohol. Cody has always said on the show that the family does not drink, though he has been seen out numerous times since 2020 drinking. In fact, Robin and Cody were spotted in Sedona in 2021 during quarantine. And amid their stringent rules, drinking champagne and beer at a restaurant. Oh my God, they had some champagne and beer. All right. we're going to end this, though, on a bit of a humorous note, though. And then I'll pick it up where we left off tomorrow. So I came across a couple tweets on Twitter earlier, and it involves Johnny Depp. And I'm gonna have a really hard time reading this shit with a straight face, I'll be honest. So this person has been telling this story, I guess, in social media about Johnny Depp, and it's just fucking unbelievable. So we have here Bob. It's time to come forward with my story about the time Johnny Depp verbally berated me. I was in line for a meet and greet with Hollywood vampires. Johnny was running a little late because nobody could find a straw for him. He weirdly requested a straw that was cut to be short enough to fit in a nostril. Like, yo, do you know how you're supposed to like snort shit up your nose? You don't actually snort the straw up your nose. The nose or the straw actually stays out of the nose. It just works as like a little little direct line, I guess you could say. It is a tool in which to get all the things into a short tube with enough power and the right line, I guess you could say, to get up to where it needs to be. The straw itself does not actually go inside the nose, so it doesn't need to fit inside the nose. That's just ridiculous. I was nervous as hell. So I was eating Pop-Tarts in line and feeding the crust to some girl behind me named Izzy. Pop-Tarts. There's more. She was begging for... I really hope he means an actual Pop-Tart and this is just not like a playful name he gave to an appendage. I don't know. She was begging for my Pop-Tart crust, like a seal begging for a ball. Do seals really beg for the ball, though? And she said if I didn't give her my Pop-Tart crust, that I was a racist because she said she was an Italian woman of color. Anyway, because that's an important factor to include here. Anyway, the time finally came. I walked up to Johnny Depp and said, Johnny, I love you so much. I could just die. And then he knocked my Pop-Tart out of my hand and said, you'll die soon enough, Eddie. I do this and I just picture him saying that in the Jack Sparrow accent. Then his nose started bleeding and one of his teeth fell out. He then yelled, ow, my native heritage. That's crazy. And ran away. I'll read that sentence again. Then his nose started bleeding and one of his teeth fell out. He then yelled, ow, my native heritage, and ran away. It was the worst experience of my life. Picture I took night before the incident for proof because that, without the picture from the night before, I mean, that picture from the night before, you can almost see the Pop-Tart flying out of his hands in the future. That's the proof that he's providing, is a picture from the night before. Mm-hmm. Gotcha. Oh, there's more. So this is the same story. Well, a similar story. I'm guessing by the same person, but it's a little different. I met at Johnny Depp recently. My name is Elio. And this is my M&G story. I met him October 20th last year, and it was horrific. Wait, when was this post? Because I thought it was 2021. Oh, whatever. And it was horrific. He was rude, not classy, and he lost a longtime Deppy that day. I walked into the 350 M&G and say hello. He replies with, I'm sorry. I'm picturing this person, anyone, I don't even care their size. Just picture them walking up to Johnny Depp and saying, oh my God, hi, oh my God. I'm like your biggest fan. And he just said, fat. Oh my God. And I shook it off because I thought maybe I had heard him wrong. As I approached him and asked to do my pose, he stared at me blank-faced. I continued talking. Said, you saved my life. I say, you're the reason I'm alive today. He looks me dead in the eye and says, you'll die soon enough, fatty. And then whispered, obesity. So wait, he yelled fat to you, but now he's whispering obesity. I started crying. I had never felt pain like this. And he started laughing and said, are you crying? Stop it now. And he flicked my penis. This has to be Poe. It has to be. The photographer took the picture. And I had it, the photographer didn't take the picture of the flick though. I think that would have been worth more money. And I headed out of the M&G section, and that's when Johnny started speaking whale to me. How do you speak whale? I still can't believe this happened. I cried writing this. I wish this weren't true. Johnny Depp is in fact a horrible person. Thank you for reading this. And if you don't believe me, ask Erica. She was there with me. Do you hate Erica? Because, she might think you do, since you just threw her into this. Anyway. There's one more. Oh, okay. Oh, wait, shoot, I gotta put it in paper. All right. Me wants a Pop-Tart, is he? It turns out I'm not the only person this man has terrorized at a meet and greet. Thank you for sharing your story. Oh, but they're the same story almost, right? Okay. This is so confusing. A disgusting Depp fan questioning my trauma. He doesn't know how lucky he is to go to the store and buy limited edition sugar cookie Pop-Tarts without breaking down from crying. I do empathize with that. I do. But what does that have to do with Johnny Depp? That's all I gotta say. He flicked your penis and a M&G in front of how many other people? Your claim is even more fantastical. Oh, did I just take the... Oh, no, okay. Thank you all for the words of support regarding what this monster Johnny Depp did to me and my Pop-Tarts. And yes, I'm speaking with a lawyer to consider taking civil action against Johnny Depp for emotional damages and intentional infliction of harm on a breakfast pastry and my goodness, in Wales. I will keep you all updated. Your courage gave me strength to speak up. Together, we can stop this walking, unwashed, crack-addicted, melting candle from terrorizing anyone else. Wow, that's fucked up. That's so fucked up. He can afford something better than crack. Come on. The rest of it's fucked up too. Like, didn't he say he did shrooms? Like, how can you? That makes me respect him even more. But that's just me. They weren't even touring in October last year, so that's a lie. Yeah, in some part. So you keep coming back to the same one. All right, yep, that's all I got for now. So I am going to, well, let me go over to chat here first. Okay. Let me see if there's any questions or anything. Oh my God, I remember that show. Weren't there people donating like vaccines and shit in like Mam's honor and Larry Cook's honor? A few other people. Oh my God, I remember that. I don't know if she admitted to dreaming about Cody on a few occasions, maybe. I think she did, but I don't think she wasn't, at least I don't think she was admitting to a like inappropriate dream or whatever. But I'm willing to bet that she has many of those scenarios running through her head, with like stumbling into Cody maybe and Jim Bob Duggar as she's like just getting out of the shower. You know, like I think that might be a scenario for her in her head, in my opinion. All right, guys. Thanks for being here tonight. I needed this laugh, and I'm going to go take my nighttime medicine now so I don't start itching. The bumps are starting to go back down. I'm really starting to wonder if it's alcohol now because I ate a Jello shot before I started streaming. So I wonder if that's it. She did say a while ago she dreamt of Cody, of being Cody's fifth wife. Oh, did she really dream that? I know she was joking about it or said something about it. I didn't know that she said. Oh, okay. I don't doubt it. I really don't. Like she either meant it or she tried playing it off as it's like some joke. Which I no doubt did not come across that way. So it probably did come across as she meant it. If she didn't, I don't. Oh no, don't get side effects like Katie. What do you mean? Oh, because how I was talking. No, I don't know what the hell her problem was. I just broke out in hives really bad. I don't know what caused it. But when I started the stream, I felt them coming on a little bit again, but there's still some bumps in there, but not as bad. But it was, yeah, I know. Like, well, Rosie, I want to say me, Rosie. Like, it's what it does to my sister. Like, her chest and shit just like gets like this big red blotch on it, but then it goes away after a drink or two. I don't know if it was a joke, but she said it. Yeah, and I know, no doubt that if it were a joke, it didn't come off as a joke. So, yeah. Raised body temp, it makes hives worse. Yeah. Well, I mean, I wasn't having them when I took the Jello shot earlier. My doctor put me in steroids, so I haven't gotten them again since then. But I'm a little worried that tomorrow I start like this first taper down day on steroids. I still have like 2, 4, 6 days left, but I'm worried that when I stop that they're going to come back again. We'll see. You know, I've heard stress can do that. And if it were at a stressful point in my life or whatever, then sure. But like, they don't have things that can cause me stress. They're not urgent. They're not needed to be tended to acutely at the moment. So they're not stressing me out right now, is what I'm saying. Yeah, I might get an allergy. I mean, if they keep coming back, I'm gonna have to, because I'm gonna have to find out, try to figure out what it is anyway. Because I mean, remember back when we were like in elementary school and we would play kickball and we would play with that red rubber ball, they had like the bumps and shit on it. That's what my back, my face, my knees, they all looked exactly like that little red ball. It was bad. But we started any new medication? No. I have now because of the hives, but before the hives, no, I hadn't. What I did do was I was considering stopping my Ozempic for a time because I got some letter that there's some issue with my insurance or whatever, but I've since got that straightened out. I started the Ozempic again, but I'd only gone like 4 days without the Ozempic, so I don't think that was it either. I think maybe if it is the alcohol, I wonder if maybe it raised my blood sugar or something that caused it. But okay, I'm gonna get going. I'm gonna go take my Benadryl. I'm gonna go to bed. So thanks for being here, and I will definitely be streaming tomorrow night. It will be much earlier than it was tonight. I'm thinking like 9, 10 o'clock maybe. So you're gonna disappear. No, I'm not on the weight loss dose. Like if you take it for like actual like blood sugar or whatever, they put you on a lower dose. It's like 0.25, and the weight loss dose really it doesn't start until like 0.50. So I'm at 0.25 and I'm fine there. So yeah, I hadn't taken any penicillin though. Like my son, my middle kid, my younger son, he has a penicillin allergy. My daughter's like allergic to mosquito bites. When she was younger, when she was like a toddler and a baby, like her thigh, if she like even at like 1 year old, if she got one mosquito bite in her thigh, the entire front of her thigh would just like raise. It was huge. It was bad. It was legit allergy. Like even her doctor was like, I've never seen anything like this before. And every time she got bit by a mosquito, that part of the body, that's what would happen. And it still it happens a lot more than it should still to this day. Any kind of new products like lotioners? It wasn't new though. I hadn't used it in a couple of years. I used to love the JLo lotion and perfume, and I found a lotion, but it hadn't even been opened yet. I think it was like maybe I got it for Christmas like 2 years ago or something, and I put that on. I forgot all about that. I only wore it the one time though. I don't know, maybe. That's what I was thinking if it was Kitty, but I mean, at nighttime she'll like, anytime she jumps up on me, she surprises me, so I wake up, but she hasn't been doing it that much. So, I don't know. We'll find out though, if we have to. Hopefully we don't have to. So, but all right, I'm gonna get going. Bye guys, thanks for being here. I will see you guys tomorrow night. So, bye.